beautiful people, my name is Bridget and welcome back to my channel. Hope you're having an awesome day. In today's video I'm going to complain a little bit. I have every right to complain if I want to. So today we are going to be talking about makeup products that expired too quickly. Things that I feel like go bad relatively fast, faster than they should, and I know things have our expiration dates for a reason. I know things expire, all that good jazz. However, these are things that I really wish lasted longer or their expiration date was a little bit longer. So without any further ado, let's get into it. Alright guys, before we get started, these are my own personal opinions. If we disagree on anything, it's cool. It's just makeup. It's not that serious. And I don't know what that was, but yeah, let's get into it. And of course, I wish eyeshadow palettes didn't have a year expiration date. It's kind of weird. It's just powder. But these are things that I've noticed I wish were a little bit better. Let's start off with the first thing I thought of when I thought of this video. Lush products. This is the Kalamazoo Beard and Facial Wash. Adam should have taken this when he got all this stuff out of my house. But we have a Lush product here. I've used this a lot, but I use like a very minimal amount, so I haven't made much of a dent in it myself. This smells weird. Lush products, I've tried more of them lately. I told you I was going to stop being scared of the Lush store when they're like, do you need help? Do you need help? Do you need help? I'm a little less scared of them now, but these products usually expire in 6 months after you open them. It doesn't say on this one in particular, but when I bought a primer from there, it said it lasts 6 months. And thankfully I gave it to someone who did use it up, but I feel like 6 months for such a big product, you're supposed to be only using that product to finish it. It's not like the regular soap bars or their fizzies or anything like that, where you might actually go through a lot faster, or their masks where you're using a lot more product. So in like a big facial wash, you really only need the mini. Unless you're using a ton of it or it's like the whole family's using it, because I feel like 6 months, I'm never going to be able to use the whole thing in 6 months. That's not the only facial wash that I use. Next up is a personal pet peeve. I know they're affordable. I know some of these things in this video are affordable, but the Real Technique sponges. I feel like they fall apart so easily. Like if I use one every day for a week, just like, you know, re-wetting it every time and stuff, I feel like by the time I wash it, like the tip of it wants to start to crumble on me. I feel like they start falling apart relatively easily, even compared to like the regular beauty blender or like the Juno & Co microfiber sponge. I feel like these are my favorite because they are super affordable and they do absorb the right amount of product. I use these the most, but they do fall apart. I do feel like the tip of it starts to crumble, and I don't like that. So whereas you're supposed to replace your sponge every 3 months, a lot of the times I don't even have these sponges for 3 months. They don't last that long. Next up is Jeffree Star's Skin Frost, except for Lavender, Snow, and Ice Cold. Those are the two that don't get hard pan. This is the Platinum Ice palette. It's just an example. It has a bunch of shades in here that get hard panned. Hard pan can happen just from oxygen on the product, oils on the brushes you're using, on your fingers, a ton of different things. A lot of highlighters that I use all the time, even with a kind of dirty brush. I don't leave my brushes dirty for too long, but you know what I'm saying? They don't get hard pan, but Jeffree Star's Skin Frost formula does get hard panned relatively quickly. So let's say this shade Alien Ice here, it's very hard. You can still get pigment off, but it's not going to perform well with the brush, and when it comes off on your finger, it's still very chunky. So I say his formula gets very hard panned very quickly. There's some shades, like Princess Cut, for example, which is the same shade Princess from his Beauty Killer palette. It gets so hard panned after every single use, you need to put tape on it, rip the whole top layer off to use it again. A lot of them get really bad hard pan, and it's something that should be fixed because Ofra's highlighters that I use so often never get that. Now I brought this as an example, so I'll remind myself to talk about this. However, a lot of mascaras, and specifically high-end mascaras, I feel like dry up and get clumpy too quickly. This is the It Superhero mascara. I really like it. It's the one I'm using right now, but it got so clumpy on me so quickly after like maybe 3 weeks of use. It didn't do it the first time I had it, I don't think. I don't know. And then the Kush mascara by Milk. I loved that the first time I had it too. And now when I bought a new one, even like the mini, it's just so clumpy. It dries out so fast. So I feel like a lot of high-end mascaras are not worth the binge purchase, like the luxury purchase of a mascara. Some people say certain mascaras, like the Better Than Shirk one from Too Faced, they say that's worth it. I think it gets really clumpy really quickly, and I don't see the purpose in high-end mascaras. I think next time I buy a mascara, I'm just going to go to the Essence / Princess False Lash Effect one again. I really like that one. It's the green one. I like that one a lot. It lasted me longer than these did without starting to clump, especially on my top lashes. Or it'll clump my bottom lashes and I gotta like separate them with my finger and get my finger covered in mascara. Next up is Stila's Glittering Glows. This one's just a regular shade Mystique. I feel like, okay, you can get these at TJ Maxx and Marshalls and stuff. Every time I talk about these, you're like, you can get them here. Certain shades and like the best colors and stuff aren't at TJ Maxx's and stuff. This one in particular is, I got this one at Nordstrom Rack. It's called Mythical. But these dry up. I've probably used this 3 times and I've had it for like a month and a half maybe. I don't know. I haven't had it that long. They dry up and separate and start disappearing on you so much. Like all that product is gone. And when I pull the wand out, it's like only the bottom of it has a lot of product on it. So these start to dry out on you so quickly, and it's like you're dissolving, the product dissolves in it before I even get a chance to use it all. So my favorite shade, Perlina, disappearing. Didn't even use it that much. I had to put a little bit of Visine in there to like wake it up again and start getting the rest of the product out of it. Shouldn't have had to do that. These dissolve on you, and they're like $21 normal price if you don't find them at like a discount store. Really sucks, especially because Perlina is one of those you can't get unless you get it at Ulta for $21. Next up, Super Shocks by Colourpop. Some of these stay so good for so long and the others don't. This is the shade Ritz. It's one of my newer ones and I love it very much and it's beautiful. But a lot of them do dry out on you super quickly, and I'm not a fan of how the mattes perform after a long time. That's Ritz. Oh my gosh, this on its lid, on the lid by its own, it's so pretty. It's so wet looking. I love it so much. I blame Julia Mazzucato for this purchase. But some of these dry out really quickly. The mattes I would not recommend purchasing. Those shimmeries, they stay wet for a pretty good amount of time. The Jelly Much shadows though, I don't have any right now because I decluttered a lot of them. The Jelly Much, they don't stay long at all. Like a month in, you're gonna have to throw it out, honestly. They get dense, like the jelly gets dense. And some of them have like liquid that separates. It's weird. They're not the same moussey light jelly formula that they were. They get dry so quickly. Since we're ragging on Colourpop a little bit, Colourpop, I love you. But the Colourpop BFF mascaras, I brought an eyeliner in here. They last okay, but they're not like super highly pigmented like the ones where this is the yellow eyeliner. But the BFF mascaras get super dry and flaky so quickly. I would say within 2 weeks of using it. Not nearly as bad as that Tarte Big Ego mascara. That was the worst mascara I've ever used in my life. Like literally the second time I used it, I hated it. But yeah, the Too Faced BFF mascaras dry so fast. It sucks. And they're really pretty colors too, but you can't get along with it for a long time. The other Colourpop thing is the Colourpop liquid lipsticks. This is an ultra matte in Times Square. These separate, some like especially the lighter colors in particular separate, like the oils and stuff. The same thing with their no filter concealers. Like a lot of Colourpop products separate very quickly and get oily on the top and dry on the bottom. So this is Times Square. I don't know, man. I love Colourpop. Colourpop is my favorite brand, but the Jelly Muches, they go bad so quickly. The BFF mascaras go bad so quickly. These separate. Some of them last a really good time, but some of them just separate and turn gross. And then the no filter concealers get real oily on the top. So, I love you, Colourpop. Don't hate me. Next up is something that I'm wearing today, and I still make work because I love the formula, but they do get dried out very quickly, and they start eating the dough foot with the product. The Dose of Colors liquid lipsticks. I love these. This is in Play It Cool. That's what I'm wearing. But these get so dry in here. I feel like I use a separate applicator because this doe foot has too many fuzzies on it. It's eating the doe foot. The product's eating the doe foot. Can we see? I've only had this maybe a couple months. Focused, yeah. A couple months. And it's just, it doesn't want to pick up anymore. It's very clumpy in the tube, but it still applies very smooth and very pretty. But it's just very gumpy in the tube. It doesn't really want to come off the wand when I'm applying it. So, kind of irritating. It's a lot of shades that do this, not just this one. And I wish they had a better applicator so I could just apply it straight to my lips without a separate applicator. And they didn't get so gumpy in the tube. Next up is a product that I can't currently find. I don't know if I like kept it or not. I don't know. I think I have it somewhere. It's the Gerard Cosmetics lip scrubs. I love Gerard Cosmetics, right? They're a great brand. Oh my god, their liquid lipsticks are so good. Have you tried Invasion? It's so good. Or Share. Their lip scrubs. I had the buttermilk one and it smelled like beautiful, nice, cakey icingness. It was so good smelling, but it dried out and got so hard and hard to even crumble and get some of it off very quickly. It started getting into a little hard pot in the middle. It's separated from the outside of the air freshener scared me, outside of the unit, and then it was very hard to scratch into and get the product off. It wasn't something I could just easily rub my finger into and use a lip scrub anymore. It dried out very fast, and I was very disappointed, but it smells oh so good. Alright, lastly, I love this foundation, the Beauty Blender Bounce Foundation. Shade range, not it. I love the finish of this product. It's so good. Like, even this is like not the, I think there should be more fair shades in this. This is 1.20. I think there's only one lighter shade. I love it so much, but the issue is it doesn't want to like pump out after a while. There's so much. I have not used that much of it. I stopped using this forever. But not like, it hasn't been years that I stopped using it or anything. It hasn't even been out for years, but it's already, I can't get it to pump out. Like, it gets clumped in there, and then maybe once in a while, like, a little bit of product out for me. But there's so much in here, and I can't get it out. And you can't even, like, take this unit apart and open up this container to get it out, because I would totally dig it out and put it in, like, a little jar. But I can't. You can't get this open. You can't dig it out. There's nothing you can put a little spatula in and get it out. It's difficult, and I wish I could use this foundation beauty blender. Don't be like this. Don't be rude. I know I just said don't be rude and I dissed all the products in this video, but regardless. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you did enjoy it. Please let me know what product you think expires too quickly in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear from you. I do think a lot of product expiration dates are suggestions. I'm not throwing away a palette after 1 or 2 years if I still use it and enjoy it. I still think powder products are good for a really long time afterwards. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Ooh, I forgot. That Milani the conceal foundation and concealer duo thing, that separated really quickly on me too. That was another one. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video. If you're not subscribed already, I'd greatly appreciate it if you did that, and I'll see you later.